All right, what about now? Now do we have sound? Can you hear me now? Y'all remember those Verizon commercials? Can you hear me now? Dream Sequel. Remember when you had that one video that didn't have sound? I know, Sandra, I see it. Let me know. Ladies, is there sound now? Surely I have fixed it. I can't even blame the Mercury retrograde, y'all. It's definitely just user error. Michelle says we have sound now. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Love and Astrology. All right, so funny story before we even get started. Are you ready? So on my screen, I can see your guys's chat, right? Like I can see when you guys come in. Yes, welcome everyone. We're starting now. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we are multi-streaming Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But here's what I did. Are y'all ready? So I'm getting ready and I lost track of time because it happens every single time. And I don't notice that it says, hey, it's time to go live. But I see you guys chatting in the chat and someone said, "Hey, Rosa," and I was like, "What? Did I hit the button?" And I was like, "Oh, are we live?" And I was like, "I'm sorry. How long have y'all been waiting?" And then I realized that I had not hit the button. But then I forgot to unmute. So Dream Sequence says Mercury retrograde. I mean, I want to blame Mercury retrograde really badly, but definitely just user error. I tried to hook up my light last minute. I don't know why. I had this thing put together. What do you ladies think? It was like noon, 1 o'clock. I had it put together. It came in the mail. I was so excited. It's my first like big, ring light, right? And I didn't come in here and like set it up to get it ready, and so it kind of took me a minute, and I lost track of time. But here we are. Welcome everyone. I see everyone. Jenna, Sandra, Dream Sequel. I actually already said all of y'all's names. I just, was muted. I got to keep you ladies on your toes. Miss L is with us today. Welcome, Miss L. So let me know. We have pretty video scrolling across the screen telling you what we're talking about. Is it playing? No. Here, let me hit the button. All right, now it should be playing. Yes, free and paid readings tonight, right after the collective, y'all, right after the collective. We're going to talk about the Gemini full moon. Let me get it together now that everything's on. Have mercy, right? I love that y'all love me unconditionally. One of these days, like years down the road, this is going to be like super professional. We just, we haven't got there yet. But let's talk Gemini full moon because there's a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about going on your screen, video and audio. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me get to my notes. All right, so I do feel like it's gonna be a fun hour, guys. A fun hour. We do have a giveaway tonight. So I'm actually giving away the Witches Tarot. This is one of those holographic tarot sets. I can't really honestly remember where I got this tarot set. It's a beautiful set of cards, but unfortunately, with the camera, I can't use the holographic set. So it's actually brand new, still in the box. So that's what we're giving away tonight. So yes, guys, grab your snacks, get some water, get comfortable. Watch me hit all the wrong buttons. It's good fun. Good fun, good entertainment. I wasn't even nervous today because there's no face on the camera today, y'all. So for those of you that are spying, just to see a face, it's not gonna happen today. So I wasn't even like nervous, and normally that's why I be hitting the wrong buttons. All right, so now I'm trying to get to my notes. Okay, so here's what I did, guys. I split this up into the top five because it's the easiest way to do stuff, I think. So we're going to talk about the top five things you need to know about the Gemini full moon. I'm also going to talk to you about the top five practical ways to implement this energy in your own life in today, right? And then I'm going to talk to you about the top five full moon rituals that you can use this energy with as well. So that's what I have planned. Of course, we'll read for the collective, and then you should be able to see the readings that I'm offering tonight going across the screen there. Diana, I never was able to get the banner to go across, unfortunately. Thank you, Miss L. Miss L always reminding us to hit the buttons, hit the buttons. Y'all, I've been over on TikTok because I'm free now and I can, do with my time as I want. Um, I get in trouble all the time, y'all, for being on TikTok. But anyway, um, they have a new thing going on over there where it's like, um, why do we keep stopping? It's very upsetting. Oh, look, because I haven't hit the button, Rosa. Um, where they're doing like this coupon, they give you money. They're also doing this thing where they're like a follow trend, where you just, encourage and support everyone and do this follow trend. So I've been over there hitting buttons all day, hitting everybody's buttons. But y'all, we've gained over, I want to say like 100. I could be wrong, but I want to say it was 100 overnight. And it's really cool because it's like women, that actually hit the buttons and, like actually participate and, interact and engage instead of just, hating and spying on you. All right, I'm at my notes. Let's talk about the top five things you need to know about the Gemini full moon. First, what is a full moon? So a full moon occurs when the Earth is between the sun and the moon, and it's causing the moon to appear fully illuminated. So this is a time of culmination, completion, and heightened emotions. How many of you feel heightened emotions during any full moon? Now, mind you, this is the Gemini full moon. We're always a week ahead, guys. So if you're looking what's going on this week, or you want to check my accuracy, you can do that over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. So this is for the week ahead. And so today is actually the 8th that we're live streaming. So this full moon is coming in on the 15th. I would say I have already experienced this very powerful full moon. I actually experienced it right around Mercury retrograde energy time. Is it possible that I'll experience more of this energy? Yes, most definitely. Um, but we do feel, full moon energies at different time. I do definitely feel like the Mercury retrograde had a lot to do with what happened to me at the end of November. Um, but yeah, definitely some full moon and the situation that is occurring currently, right? All right, so this full moon is going to be good energy for, well, it's ruled by Mercury, so it's the planet of communication, intellect, and social connections. So this full moon is going to be about curiosity, expression, and socializing. So get ready for your thoughts and ideas to flow. It's a full moon, so of course it's a time of reflection. So full moons invite us to reflect on what we've accomplished since the last new moon. I think that's something that we really don't touch on enough, right? Like I think people think that, oh, it's a full moon, I'm supposed to release something, I'm supposed to let something go, and then it's like, no, that's actually not really. I mean, are you releasing during full moons? Yes, but not really what people think. um During full moons it's supposed to be like, congratulations, pat on the back, look what you've done since the new moon, like look what you've manifested since the new moon. Look how you've come into alignment since the new moon, right? A lot of times people too look back at the 6 month period, like, so for example, where were you in June of 2024? What were you doing around that Gemini new moon? I know what I was doing. Have mercy. This journey is so crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, just nuts. But um yeah, so you want to look around that time, June, about 6 months ago, and what was going on around that time, because there could be a culmination, something coming to a closure or a completion at this time that you've been working on that entire 6 months, right? But yeah, I feel like most of the time people see full moons and they're like, oh, we're gonna release somebody or I'm gonna let this job go. No, that's actually next. That's the next moon phase. It's the waning moon phase. So the full moon is before that phase, and it's like this is just a when it's illuminated at its peak, and it's like it's just showing you how far you've come, and we don't give ourselves enough credit for that energy. I think we're always really focused on like what we're going to release, and I'll tell you what we're actually releasing. You're releasing like negative thinking, bad habits, that type of stuff. And since this is like Gemini full moon, you could be releasing like the fear to communicate with others. You could be releasing the fear to collab with others. You could be releasing the fear to, I don't know, maybe you're one of those people that like hear what other people think. And so maybe you don't express yourself in a certain way, right? Um, that type of stuff. That's what you're going to be releasing with this full moon. All right. Great time to think of what you want to release and just let go of it, particularly in the areas related to communication. So Gemini symbolized by the twins, it's representing duality. So duality is when there's like the opposite, but they go together. So like you have to have the other. So my best example for this is like day and night or up and down, right? Light and dark, right? Those are like duality terms. So this full moon encourages us to embrace our multifaceted selves and explore different perspectives. It's a time to consider both sides of a situation. And networking opportunities, which I kind of touched on earlier, but because it is a social nature of Gemini, Gemini is like the social butterfly. This full moon is perfect for networking and connecting with others. It's a fantastic time to reach out, share ideas, and collaborate. How many of you would like to see me and Dina collaborate? Dina also has a YouTube channel where she also reads beautiful tarot and gives and sends out, and I believe channels beautiful, very helpful messages. So let me know in the comments. All right. Now I'm going to tell you how you can integrate, how you can kind of like implement this energy, use it in your everyday life, what you can do with it in the next week or so, right? So journaling is going to be number one. Number one. One, because of course I have all my published journals. Guys, if you're looking for a PLR journal, you can always find those in the description box. My favorite, of course, is the dream journal because we don't write our dreams down enough. And a lot of us struggle to remember our dreams, or we struggle to understand what the messages, that are coming through in our dreams. So journaling your thoughts, journaling your dreams, these types of things can be really useful during this Gemini full moon. I feel like it's definitely going to allow you to like channel that mental energy. You want to have engaging conversations, so reach out to friends and family for deep conversations. The Gemini full moon encourages us to open up dialogue, so don't be shy about sharing your thoughts and listening to others. Explore new information. So this is a great time to learn something new. Pick up a book, right? Pick up a book. I want to tell everybody, pick up a book. I'm definitely a book lover, so I like having the actual book, like the actual paper in my hand. But with technology, I'm having to learn how to read online. I'm having to learn how to have these audibles read to me. And I'm not saying I dislike it. It's just, I'm old and I'm kind of set in my ways. I'm just used to having a book in my hand. But books is where you gain knowledge, it's where you gain the wisdom, it's where you get the information that you need. So this is definitely going to be the time to pick up a book and take online courses. You could definitely take some different classes at this time. Dina was mentioning something about doing tarot courses or tarot classes, and I was telling her we're not quite there yet. I have thought about it. I've even thought about making like some pre-recorded tutorial videos to post and put out, but that's definitely a lot of work, and I just don't know if I can commit to that just yet. We did just start our astrology for beginners course, so I think we're like on our third or fourth so it's still just at the beginnings, right? Right. All right. Socialize, network, plan a gathering, attend an event, connect with people who inspire you. Use the energy to expand your social circle. And you want to reflect on communication. So you're not just talking to people about like, you know, the weather. This is like serious, deep conversations. And then you want to, think on those conversations, reflect back. Did you learn anything? Did they share anything that could help you improve your own life or your own personal journey? So, definitely a very powerful time to set intentions for better expression and understanding. All right, now let's talk about some practical full moon rituals for the Gemini full moon. The first one that you would have seen on the list there is the release ceremony. So we do this a lot. We do this even when it's not full moon time. But this is where you write something down that you want to release on a piece of paper. Again, think about it as a bad habit, or like a negative thought that you have, and something that is not serving your greater good. Again, not people, places, or things. That's going to be the waning moon. So you want to write down what you want to release on a piece of paper. And again, this could be like a negative thought, bad habit. But you want to burn the paper safely, symbolizing letting go. And notice I said burn the paper safely. So that means putting it out and all that stuff. I actually did a how-to ritual live one time, and I had this lady ask me, like, after the live, she messaged me. She's like, "Do I put the candle out after it's done?" And I'm like, "I would hope so, right? Like, I would hope so." Moon water is the second one that I put on the list. Moon water, I feel like is something that I forget to do way too often. I did make some with that. Um, the last full moon we had, and I actually shared my moon water out. But yes, moon water is where you just gather your water. People like to use open jars, open glass jars, and set them outside where moon light can, get to your water. I don't set them outside, y'all. Windowsills work just as good. Number three, meditation and visualization. So I know on the list it just says meditation because visualization is just too many words to type on the little screen. But when you're meditating, you should be visualizing, like at all times. Like you should see in your mind what you're meditating on. And let me give you an example. So, like for example, I just learned a new meditation where you focus on your chakras and you focus on filling like the mana pools of your chakra centers. So the way it was described to me was like you kind of look at it as a pool and or like a square box, and it holds you know light, and the light flows into this box until the box fills up. And it's the light of, like, let's say it's your root chakra. So you're looking at like a deep amber, right? A deep amber, a red. And then as it fills up, you go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And each one it changes colors, right? I feel like I'm just kind of skimming across that meditation, but you kind of get the idea, right? So when I'm doing this meditation, and this helps you balance, like for me, it helps me align, helps me balance and cleanse. It helps me do a lot of different things. But when I'm doing this, like I'm visualizing these pools like filling up and getting bigger, and I'm visualizing like the walls busting out as it flows into the next and into the next and into the next. You see what I'm trying to say? Like you should be visualizing at all times. But because this is a full moon and we manifest with our full moons, because this is the Gemini full moon, the mind, right? Communication, thoughts, perception. This is definitely going to be the moon to spend time meditating and visualizing. Meditating and visualizing. All right, let me see. Next, I had gratitude lists. So you want to create a gratitude list to reflect on what you've achieved and express thanks for the lessons learned. And this will help to raise your vibrations. People are always asking me, like, how do I raise my vibrations, Rosa? Gratitude. Gratitude is the easiest thing. Just start walking around being thankful for everything. I'm thankful for that piece of grass. I'm thankful for that cloud in the air. I'm thankful for the clean air. I'm thankful for this day God gave me. Just gratitude. That's it, literally. And you will not believe just how quickly. Another way you can raise your vibrations, help other people. Help other people. Like if you don't know how to help yourself, let's say you're going through like depression or sadness. It's me, y'all. I'm talking. It's me. But yeah, but like you're going through these types of energies instead of like sitting and wallowing in it, right? Which I actually did a little wallowing this weekend. I actually allowed myself to just cry and have a little bit of a bitch fit, I guess. But I will say that I felt much better afterwards, right? But helping other people. So like when you can't figure out what you need to do for your own journey or your own path, helping other people can definitely raise your vibrations. Mallory on Facebook, welcome. So gratitude list, that's something that could be very helpful with this full moon. And then gemstone charging. This is another thing I feel like, just like the moon water, I kind of forget to do. I have to set alarms in my phone and all kinds of craziness. But if you have crystals, you can place them outside or again in your windowsill to charge them under the full moon. So crystals like clear quartz or amethyst, that those are crystals that can amplify Gemini energy. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to be the Gemini full moon. Please remember, it is going to be an excellent time for communication, connection, and reflection. You want to embrace this energy and try out these tips and rituals. And of course, happy full moon. And I do want to mention, don't forget the many, many retrograde aspects that are happening with this full moon. For example, Mercury retrograde ends on this full moon. Please remember that when we say Mercury retrograde starts and begins, there is always a shadow period before and after. So you can definitely still be experiencing these types of energy. And if you're still wondering what Mercury retrograde is, maybe you're always wondering why people are Mercury being in the microwave. Mercury retrograde is when we deal with like technology issues, like starting your live with no sound, right? Like that's perfect example. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's do a collective. Let me get the screen on here. I thought I hit the button. I think I did. All right, guys, remember it's giveaway night, so we're giving away a tarot set. It's a the Witches Tarot holographic, so you can see how the cards look. Sometimes that's difficult when you're using the camera, and but beautiful cards, beautiful illustrations, beautiful pictures. It's brand new, still in the box. Haven't used them. Still has the little scan tag for the booklet. Grab a pen. And let's see how the list is going. Yes, guys, please tap that like button for me. Like, share, subscribe. We're definitely growing. We have probably gained, I would say, 14 subscribers. Just since Diana mentioned try vertical. And we've been doing it vertical ever since. It's definitely working. But if I was to be 100% honest, I miss the landscape picture. I miss the wide picture. It's where I felt like I had this whole table, and I feel like the picture was better. Oh, did you guys see my new rose? You guys see my new rose? Sister printed that out for me. How beautiful, right? But yeah, like I just kind of miss the bigger picture. Now, I'm not saying we're going to stick with the vertical forever, but it's definitely helping. We're definitely growing. YouTube likes it for some reason, pays us more. Um, but what was I fixing to say? Dang. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I have to at least do it. I want to at least try it for a month. I've noticed like with the analytics, if I can have like a full month, 4 to 5 weeks, then I can look at the numbers, then I can tell just how much, is it worth it? Is it not? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just from looking, like skimming the analytics without diving in, I can tell that it's a drastic difference. Sandra paid for love messages. I love you, Sandra. All right. Guys, paid readings, energy exchange definitely jumps the free line. So if you do purchase a reading, please let us know in the comments right away. All right, so we have Vanessa, Gemini Full Moon. We have Michelle, Gemini Full Moon. Sandra. Are you guys excited about the Gemini Full Moon, or are you like, See, here's the interesting part, because we have this Mercury retrograde. I mean, Mercury retrograde ends on the 15th, but again, remember, shadow period. And then it's Gemini, so it's the twins. And then it's communication. And then you also have Mars in Leo fixing to go, like itching to go retrograde. I feel like most of us are probably already feeling that Mars and Leo. We're going to talk about that Thursday, guys. Thursday night, we're going to do the um, Mars retrograde reading. I've already posted it. So if you see the thumbnail, you can hit that notify me button. Um, but it's really intense energy, and I feel like some people might give it like a little bit of an. I'm an Aries, so I love Mars, right? Like my Mars is what makes me badass. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I understand why people are like, Mars is aggressive. Mars is whatever. If you can't handle it, sit down. No, I'm just kidding. But Mars is a really aggressive energy. And with it going retrograde, it could cause us to get tired, right? Like that's a really common Mars retrograde. Like we get sleepy, we get tired. It could cause things that started to pick up to slow down. It could cause you to be a little short fused. I know you would think that Mars retrograde would actually be like the opposite, and then you would not be as aggressive or whatever. And it's not. It's actually, it just kind of it heightens those energies. Remember, retrograde is an opportunity to revisit that planet's energy, right? So it's like it kind of heightens those energies that most people struggle with when it comes to Mars. I feel like if you're an Aries, it's not that you're not going to deal with the energy of Mars retrograde, but um you may handle it better than other people may handle Mars retrograde. And it goes for a little while, guys. Mars only goes retrograde like every couple of years, every 2 to 3 years. And like I want to say it's like February 15th is, it might be February 25th. I don't know, middle of the month, middle of the end of February, is when it goes back direct. So actually a few weeks of some, pretty intense Mars energy. So we're gonna talk about that on Thursday night. And I do have the elements, excuse me, I do have the elements set for Tuesday, and because they did so well with the vertical streaming last Tuesday, I'm definitely going to keep the schedule. It's a lot easier for me to keep the schedules these days, for 10, 12, 2, and 4. So if you want to join me, sometimes I push the 2 and 4 to 6 and 8 because I get tired and I want to break. But yeah, if you see me live on Tuesday and you want to come hang out with me, please do. If you don't catch me live, don't worry. I'll put the timestamps in the description box when I'm done with the live stream. All right. I know I was writing the list and then I get distracted and then I got to go click on the list so that I can see it. Dream sequence. What's let me know that we're all still here. It's pouring outside. I probably should have mentioned that, y'all. Like sheets of rain outside. Diana YT. What's YT? Oh, on YouTube. I'm retarded. Mallory. Gemini Full Moon. Mallory, are you what's your sun sign, Mallory? Sophia comes back tomorrow. How long has she been gone? I try to pay attention on Facebook. I feel like I get on Facebook and these kids are growing like a foot every time. I get on in the morning, they're 4 feet tall and they're 11 years old. I get on in the afternoon and they're 6 feet tall and 25 years old. It's like what? Aw. Where are you doing for is it for your birthday? Is it on your birthday? I didn't even realize. I gotta pull up the count. It is. Thursday is on your birthday. What are you doing for your birthday, Diana? Did you tell us already and I'm just slow and I didn't see it? I'm not seeing it. Well, whatever it is, I love you. I hope you have fun. She's been gone 6 months. I knew it had been a good minute. It's hard when they get old and they want to be grown. You know what I mean? Yours is on the 22nd. Nice, nice. Capricorn. Miss L says YouTube. Did it glitch on YouTube, Miss L? Are we still over there? Are we still rolling? Oh, I love that. Coming to cook dinner for you and have a bonfire. That sounds like the perfect birthday. Yes, relaxing. They're coming to you. You can't beat that, Diana. All right, guys. So I'm going to read for the collective. When we do get to the part where we start these free readings on this list that I have wrote down, um, I'm going to call your name and I need you to make sure that I remember to put your ticket in the bowl. You can't win if your name is not in the bowl. And I'm super bad about forgetting it. So help me remember. Let's not, last time I feel like Diana did it all. She was making the list. She was telling me who I was forgetting to put in the bowl. She was letting me know how many I should have in the bowl. Like, let's try to we all gotta do it, right? We all gotta participate. I'm gonna try my hardest to remember. And I need you to remember that you want your name in the bowl so that you can win the Witches Tarot set. But first we're gonna do a collective. Really, I wanted to drink my hot chocolate. That's why I've been talking this whole time. 19 years old, yes. Oh my goodness. My dad's birthday was the 31st. My mom was on Christmas Eve, and my dad's birthday was on New Year's Eve. She is a rock star. you guys been with me so long. It's so like I don't know. I feel like we've known each other our whole lives now. All right, collective. I'm using the Yin Yang Oracle. This is quickly becoming my favorite. Ooh, look at that. Ouch. Dang, am I getting in trouble? What? All right, we'll look at it. All right, that's gonna be masculine energy. The control tactics comes out. The heel in the face is what got my attention right away. But before I even touch on it, no, I gotta touch on it before we pull any cards. Have mercy. All right. So, is it possible that divine masculine is using some control tactics? I mean, yes, it's very possible. Is it also possible that divine feminine is using some type of control tactic on divine masculine? Yes, I guess it's possible. All right, let's look at the feminine energy. See what comes out. And there's something about the way her heel is like on his lips. It's like it's not quite touching his lips. All right, so we have rejection, loss, fragmented coming out for divine feminine. Higher self activation is on the bottom. I feel like it's telling me divine feminine, you just went through some type of loss. Um, maybe not necessarily just went through it, but it's like you're gathering up all your pieces. Like the fragmented is sticking out to me again. So it's like you're gathering up all your little soul fragments, right? All the places and moments of trauma, and you're taking them with you to heal somewhere. It's definitely about reflection. So again, I feel like you've already experienced whatever this loss that it's talking about, and it's like this energy of looking back on. I mean, yes, how far you've come, but also maybe like how some of your actions or um, some of what you allowed, you know, could somehow like how did you play? What was your role in the situation, right? Like that's what's been happening to me. Because I want to come out here and be like, oh my God, I dated this asshole. He was so mean, he was such a narcissist. Like that's the Rosa. Like the human Rosa in me is like a hurt 45-year-old woman and she's pissed the fuck off. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the bad word. But it's like I that's how I want to express myself. And I did. I came out here and used one of these lives to express myself in that way. And you all would not, you would not believe the spankings that I got after that live. But one, that's not none of the things I said were true, right? Like none um I could be like, oh, he was an asshole. But I mean, what's an asshole? Did some of his actions like did I not like some of the things he did? Well, yeah. But did I allow those things to occur like more than one time? Well, yeah. When you allow something, you're telling that person that you're okay with being treated that way. If you allow it one time, you're telling that person that you're okay with being treated that way. You're teaching them how to treat you, right? So it's like this whole last week for me has had to be like accountability. How did I get myself in this situation? Why did I keep going back? I had to go look at like the broken parts in me that weren't willing to choose myself, right? Um, and it's interesting because he said that to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, the fact that he even knows that, but yeah, it was like this is it's like one of the first times in a long time that I chose me. Um, I tried to do this before. I tried to do this like a year ago. And then I tried to do it again, I want to say 6 months before that. So this isn't the first time that I'm in this position that I'm in right now. So you may also be dealing with something where it's like not the first time that you've walked away from something or that you chose yourself. But I definitely feel like there's something in the air this time, right? It's a Gemini full moon. But there's something different this time. Um, it was different. It was easier. I don't want to say it was easier. That's not true. It was like heart wrenching. When there's children involved, it like changes the game. If we were like single people and there was no kids and nobody cared, like, whatever, we'd all just go our separate ways. But it just doesn't work that way when there's kids involved. But regardless, I'm definitely getting the what was my part? Like, what was my role? Um, it definitely takes two, right? Like, what's that song? There's this song that says something about like, I didn't make the mess on my own or something like that. I don't know. It's like some country song, but it definitely takes two. Like, it's never just a one-sided situation. If the relationship doesn't work out, it's never going to be just one-sided. You could be like the best partner, the most loyal, the most faithful, the most whatever, and they are the people that like lie or cheat or mistreat you, and it's like it doesn't, you're still equally as whatever because you allowed that to happen. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you accepted that energy. So definitely doing like some type of reflection, healing, leaving things in the past. It almost looks like the whole building is like crumbled behind her. Like the foundation is completely crumbled. Maybe experience a tower moment. It's definitely giving like survivor vibes. Like, I survived that situation. All right, we have closed off, guarded, and resistance coming out for the bridging energy. I feel like I've been getting that one a lot. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius is on the bottom. Fire, it's the Ace card. So I'm definitely sensing some resistance. Um, I feel like it's the divine masculine that's using control tactics. And I think it's the divine feminine. You could feel rejected, but I think it's more about gathering the broken pieces and putting yourself back together. So bridging energy, the closed off, guarded resistance. I feel like we're about to get a lesson in that. But I mean, it makes sense. All right, let's see why the divine masculine is using control tactics. The Page of Swords comes out. It tells me that divine masculine is watching. We're just gonna start calling shit out around here, y'all. The Chariot is here. The Chariot is quick moving energy. It is a victory, and then Three of Swords is here. I feel like they could be choosing some control tactics because they're trying to heal from something. They're trying to heal from something that was, I don't know, maybe. So the Page of Swords is like the student; they're not at their fullest potential. It's like this energy still has a lot of work to do. I see the Three of Pentacles on the bottom. So normally when we see Three of Pentacles, you see the three people working together. Most of the time it's like on the church roof. And Llewellyn, which is what we're using tonight, Llewellyn Tarot, the Three of Pentacles, she's by herself. It's like this divine masculine needs to do something by himself. And it's the healing. That's the Three of Swords. And it's quickly. This isn't like let's sit around and mope type of energy. All right, she says the dream sequence said last week it was divine feminine watching. It's not unusual, divine. It's not unusual, Dina. We definitely take turns. It's the running and the chasing. The running and the chasing. Sadly. We're actually supposed to be focused on ourselves and our own journey. All right, so let's see why rejection, which I thought said reflection, lost and fragmented comes out. We have 10 of Swords, so big confirmation that you've completed something, closed some chapter in your life out, something that was painful, something where you felt like you just couldn't take any more swords in the back type of energy. You could have felt like someone stabbed you in the back. The moon is here. The Eight of Cups is here. Eight of Cups was trying to come out in reverse. And I feel like I don't think that you didn't leave a situation. I think it just took you a long time to leave a situation. It took a long time to see something for what it was so that you could leave a situation. And I just want to say for some of you divine feminines, if you're hearing me and you're like, I'm talking in past tense, for some of you, this definitely could be like, this hasn't happened yet. For me, this has already happened. But I can see that there could be, sorry. There could be like a majority, a large group of people that this has not happened yet. So if you're feeling rejected by someone in some way, or you're feeling like someone has stabbed you in the back one too many times, it's like you finally see your out, you finally see your way out, you finally see the path out, you finally see which direction to go, you finally see someone for who they are, you finally see something for the pain that it's been causing. I just want to point out that we have the Chariot and the Moon. Those are the only two major arcana. So we have, wow, have mercy. So two major arcanas, one for the masculine, one for the feminine. And remember, minor arcanas are all the rest of the cards, like Eight of Cups. You can walk away. You choose to walk away. That's Eight of Cups. The major arcanas are divinely fated energy. Divinely, it's like spirit steps in energy. Divinely fated energy. So the Chariot is Cancer energy. Cancer energy. The Moon, Cancer energy. It is also Pisces, but we have two Cancer. That's pretty significant. All right, let's look at that closed off, guarded, resistance. So we have the Seven of Cups coming out. Seven of Cups is about choices, options, not sure which one to pick. Scared to pick something. Five of Pentacles comes out. And Nine of Wands. Stubborn energy. Five of Pentacles says it's okay to ask for help. I feel like it's scared to choose because you're either afraid you're going to choose wrong, or you're afraid that something that you choose is going to hurt you again. Nine of Wands is like someone who's built this wall to protect themselves. Nine of Wands. So this is a bridging energy. There's clearly something about the it's okay to ask for help card, the Five of Pentacles. It's also the energy of feeling abandoned and rejected. We have the Hierophant on the bottom. The Hierophant could have something to do with marriage. It could have something to do with spiritual beliefs. and it's Taurus energy. All right, so here's the collective. Are you ready? And this is definitely some Gemini full moon energy. I feel like both sides could be, well, both sides are very guarded and maybe even closed off. I feel that both the masculine and the feminine could be enduring some type of closure, some type of major ending, some type of painful chapter in their life. And I think that could be the reason that they feel guarded at this time, or that there could be some resistance at this time. It's definitely giving me this energy like, I don't want to get hurt again. I've already done that. We've already, played that game type of situation. Nine of Wands again is like, I'm protecting myself. I'm staying in my lane, right? Nine of Wands. All right, let's pull some guidance. I'm going to use the Soul's Journey Oracle. So Cancer coming out strongly in tonight's reading. I would definitely say look on your chart. Where is Cancer for you? I'm a Cancer rising. Pisces also coming out. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So that kind of gives me a little confirmation. Again, both going through some type of closure, fearful to move forward, maybe fearful to make a decision, maybe not listening to their intuition. Imagination. This is what we're going to do. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of the mind. And I feel like I kind of said that at the beginning. So like when I'm not doing well in my own journey, I tend to go live. Like that's the thing for me. Um, like I'll go find a Facebook group and I'll just go in there and give out free readings. Um, I don't know why, but it just makes me feel better. And then it's like I'm focusing on other people's crap. So it's like I can't focus on myself if I'm focusing on yours, right? So that's something that I like to do. Um, when I feel like I'm stuck in my own journey, I'm not sure which way to go. But our creativity is what we use to follow our purpose. So if the reading hit at all, if it pulled at your heartstrings, if you feel like, yes, the masculine is using some control tactics, and yes, the divine feminine feels like she's been rejected, or she has suffered some type of loss or some type of closure where she could feel that, maybe people stabbed her in the back, or she had to close out a painful life chapter, something could definitely be illuminated to help the divine feminine walk away. Then the guidance is going to be our imagination. That is the Gemini full moon. It is imagination, creativity, your mind. And again, creativity is the skill set, the abilities that spirit gives us. And I do believe that those abilities are given to us so that we can follow purpose, right? So let's say you sing or you write songs, and let's say you're stuck in your life right now and you don't know what you're supposed to do. Go sit down, grab a pen and paper, write down the words in your mind and put them on a paper. There's, people are like, well, I don't know how to make music. There's all kinds of apps these days that help you do the things, right? If you paint, go buy a canvas, get it propped up, get your paints out, like start putting, paint on canvas. Like you got to actually take the action, right? You got to use the creativity with action. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. On the bottom is the death card, and it says, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. And I do feel like both divine masculine and divine feminine clearly handling some type of um, massive ending. I don't want to say that missing, I wouldn't say that at all, but maybe um, the guarded energy seems, a little stubborn. All right. Kit Kat, hello. All right, guys, that's going to be your collective. So let me play our little video while I clean up. And Gemini Full Moon is the reading that I would recommend for those of you that want to participate. Please remember, we are also doing a giveaway. We're doing giving away the Witches Tarot set tonight. So you do want to make sure that I get your name in the bucket when I call your name and it is your turn. Okay, I'm just going to go up here real quick and grab one of these lists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do one more and then let's close that list. Oh, you know what? I forgot the banner, and I figured out how to use the banner. Kit Kat and Renee. Okay. All right, let's close that list. She said, girl, you better get my name in the bucket. All right, so I'm just going to go first. And she got love messages. Do we want the soulmate love messages or do you want the OGs? Do you want the real ones or do you want the sugar-coated ones? She's like, I'm here. I'm here. Yes, guys, list is closed. Thank you, Michelle. She says the OGs. All right, Sandra. So I just want to say these messages are from my own journey. We've been using them since the very beginning. I have added to them, but I was just sitting here thinking, can you imagine counterpart energy when just being nosy one day and I turn one of these cards over and it has like some message, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine like now she's making cards out of the shit I say? Can you imagine? They're the best ones too. But you know why they're the best ones? Because unlike I love the soulmate love messages. Don't get me wrong. They're super cute, super beautiful. But it's like they're very sugar coated, right? Sugar coated. And I feel like the OGs, they're real. They're real messages. So it's like it just makes it, I don't know, better. She said no sugarcoating. All right, first one that comes out, I think is gonna be a higher self message. Oh, it's my favorite one. And it's totally the perfect one for the example I was just saying too. I'll be in the outfield watching, amazed by the things that you do. I'm scared that you hate me. Did you get my message? And I'm so proud of you. Please be patient. It's easier for me to be wrong than right, especially if you're arguing with me, y'all. If you're arguing with me, you're gonna be wrong. You're gonna be wrong. I mean, you may catch me every once in a while, and sometimes I gotta give people some. I just gotta give them some so that they don't get mad at me for being right. So I'm just saying, if you're arguing with me, better have your facts straight. Because I keep receipts. I keep receipts. I know you're upset with me. I'm sorry. Can you just give me the answer? This is also one of my personal favorites. I'm having a hard time letting go, and missing you is on the bottom. All right, Sandra, it's super easy. You got all the good ones. Like there's mean ones in here. I mean, we didn't always say nice shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's some mean shit in there too. But you got like all the nice ones. So it's like your person is really proud of how far you've come in something. They've watched you go through some type of trauma, some type of experience, and they believe that you have like succumb something, you've overcome something, you have not just overcome it, but you have like succeeded in some way. The I'll be in the outfield watching was right around Kundalini, so June 2023. And it was this energy of I was really limiting the access, right? And because Kundalini had happened, I was definitely like in my feels, right? So I was spending a lot of time at my son that's in the military, so he was gone a lot, and I pretty much had his place to myself. And I just felt like I had to protect myself, right? And not because like I was scared of anybody or anything like that. It was just like I really had to protect the access that people had to me. And it was like this feeling of like we're just gonna walk away and take this break at this time and just allow each other to, there was like busy lives and then there was like people healing. So it was like just allow it to go the way it was supposed to go type of thing. Um I think it's interesting that these are the higher self messages. So it's very possible that maybe like this person doesn't say these things out loud, but I want to say that's not true because they do. Like these things were said out loud, so I feel like they do say them to you, but maybe not as often as you would like to hear them. Something like that. Like maybe you would like to know more about how this person feels about you. The "Did you get my message?" is kind of I've been seeing that one a lot too, and it's kind of like you know I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like I sent you this message that was um like a hello, right? Like let's say there's a deep conversation that you're waiting for, but I just send like I just say something like how's the weather? You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's more that needs to be said is what I'm picking up. The please be patient with me. That's actually something that could have physically, like in the 3D, have been said some form or fashion. Like maybe this person feels like you're a little ahead of them, or maybe they feel, I think it's like they feel your expectations, maybe. Um, and they're asking for like patience, time, that type of energy. It's easier for me to be wrong than right. It's possible that you argue with this person about certain things, but I don't really see you arguing. I feel like this person just knows how you feel about a situation. And it's like neither of you are really wanting to bend. Neither of you are really wanting to. And if you do bend or if like you do compromise, it's not a whole lot. Um, it's almost like this energy of like I'm gonna, I don't know, like protect my rights. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like that type of vibe that I'm getting with that card. But it's easier for me to be wrong than right. It was like I don't want to argue about it anymore, so I'm just gonna let you have it because whatever. But I just want to say when the situation happened, I was right. I know you're upset with me. I'm sorry. I feel like again this has something to do with expectations. Can you just give me the answer? It's this energy of again, like I can't get something the way that you want it done. So, how can we just I don't want to say like how can we just get along, but it's kind of that vibe. But it's this person wants to get along, but it's like they don't want to put the foot in front of the other that it takes to meet you halfway. There's something about that. And I'm having a hard time letting go. Your self message. You could be having a hard time letting go. I don't think the missing you is like that. You're actually, I mean, maybe from time to time, but I know you're in contact, so I don't think you're actually like missing them, like somebody who would be in like, a 20-year 3D separation, right? Like I don't think it's like that type of missing you. I think you could be missing like maybe the person that. Here's the thing that happens with the twins, right? Um, they wake us up, right? And they kind of like free us from the situation. So we immediately put them up on this pedestal, right? And then we it's like we forget that they're human. You know what I'm saying? It's like we forget that they're human and they have human lessons that their soul is learning in this lifetime, and they're going to have human experiences and they're going to make human mistakes, right? Like it's giving like that type of energy. It's like sometimes we forget that this person has their own journey and their own experiences that they're going to have as well. I'm definitely picking up a strong sense of expectations or wants or desires, I guess could be like a better word than expectations. But let's pull a power of love activation. Sandra says, I've been a little pushy, I'll admit. All right, purpose comes out. It says you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. Willingness comes out. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. And Sandra, ready? Respect comes out. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you, Sandra. I love you. I hope it was helpful. Oh, thank you. All right, guys. Are you guys ready? I didn't put Sandra's name in the bucket. Have mercy. All right, there's Sandra. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can't believe that the picture is as clear as it is with as much rain as out there. I mean, it was coming down and Vanessa, Gemini Full Moon. Vanessa, say hi to me in the comments. Vanessa, where do you live? Y'all, the giveaway is only if I can mail it to you. If I get to the post office and they're like, hey, it's $50 and there's some weird tariff, I can't do it. I'm sorry. We're fixing to get there. We laugh and joke about it now, but we're almost there. It's kind of scary. There she is. All right, Vanessa. That's my sloppy handwriting, but it says Vanessa. All right, so I think I'm going to use Energy Oracle, and then we'll do the guidance card with the Soul's Journey. So we'll get 2 cards from the Energy Oracle. First thing we're looking at, Vanessa, is what do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? Remember, we're not releasing people or places at this time. So negative thoughts, bad habits, things that no longer serve you. Vanessa. We have first chakra, Archangel Michael. And then third chakra, Archangel Camille. Personal power, root of the situation. First chakra is your root chakra. The heart of a matter. Something could have hurt your heart. You could have a lot of emotion, like it's impacting you. I'm kind of getting like you're too close to something, and that's why you're not maybe able to communicate about it. Your feelings are too strong about it. All right, where is your curiosity taking you? We have rest and rejuvenation and the thinking man. This is more meditation, and this is that meditation with visualization, right? The thinking man coming out right next to it. You see that? So we talked about that at the beginning with the Gemini full moon. You want to make sure that you're meditating, and you want to make sure that that you're visualizing. There's something about this card that's throwing me off. It's like I'm also getting, okay, so it's the root chakra. I'm seeing the number 4, and I'm kind of getting like foundational, where you came from. So like maybe Vanessa, when you didn't like speak things in, maybe you didn't say things out loud. Maybe you were quiet, or maybe you said things that you didn't want instead of speaking things that you do want, right? But rest and rejuvenation, it's like you've learned to meditate, you've learned to calm your mind, and this could have something to do with manifestation, like visualization and manifestation. All right, let's pull a higher self guidance, higher self guidance for Vanessa. Friendship comes out. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. On the bottom is balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I don't know. Root, home. And you could be trying to manifest a friendship, or you could be trying to manifest someone that you believe is, I mean, it's Archangel Michael, so it's like, the twin counterpart um archangel that protects your counterpart energy. I think this has to do with counterpart energy, and I think what you need to release in order to communicate clearly is like something happened that hurt you. You could be seeing it as like the root of a problem. And I don't think God's just like, oh, let it go. Just let it go, Vanessa. It's not like that. It's like maybe you're not seeing something from like a different perspective. Maybe you're not understanding why something had to happen a certain way, something like that. But that's what's keeping you from like speaking up, saying something. I do feel that the rest and rejuvenation has to do with meditation. All right, Vanessa, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Sandra. All right, Sandra, say hi to me in the comments. Tanya, welcome. Thank you, Vanessa. Ooh, I have Michelle. I'm trying to skip Michelle. Yes, I'm sorry. Diane was on top of it. She's like, Michelle. Michelle is next. I'm sorry. Oh, Sandra, bear with me. All right, Michelle's doing Gemini Full Moon. Michelle's our resident Gemini. Gemini Sun. All right, first thing I'm looking at, what do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? What do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? Loneliness comes out. Oh, you guys, I put some shorts out today. One of them was called Freedom or Loneliness. Um, I know that I'm never alone. What do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? Again, there's something here about saying something out loud, but I'm getting this is more about communication with spirit or communication with source. So it's like you need to release the idea that you're doing something on your own. Michelle, how is your communication? Like I um like talk to spirit all day, every day. And I don't have like no special little, like rituals that I do. I just talk like normal, like I'm talking to you right now. Or it could be needing to release the idea that you don't have time to communicate with spirit or source. It's kind of giving me this like busy energy. Like I don't have time to sit down and talk. All right, let's look at where your curiosity is taking you. We have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Ooh. I just heard that message and then I lost it as soon as I heard it. Something like, I mean, I'm not writing these down. Have mercy. It's something like curiosity killed the cat. Is that it? So it's like when we get curious or we want to know about somebody something, and then it ends up causing us like, you know, hassle or strife in some way. All right, Vanessa, Sandra, Michelle. The thing that says I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation, I don't think that's that you've always been open to seeing both sides of a situation, but it's like something about your empathy is like something's being needed or something's being utilized. But it is going to be like curiosity killed the cat type of energy. It's like maybe you were curious, like if you could see something or understand something. All right, now I'm going to pull some higher self guidance. And I'm going to use the Sacred Traveler. Overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. The boulder in the road, Michelle. So the boulder in the road is that energy. It's got the sword, so it's like it takes a special hand to pull this sword, a special power, a special person to be able to do this. And I kind of picked that up with the empathy card. But this is like the boulder in the road. It's like this boulder has been so big and so massive that maybe you ignored it and you're like, I'm going to come back around to that. I'm going to come back around to that. I'm going to come back around to that. I feel like the Gemini full moon is going to have you actually face that boulder so that you can remove that obstacle like once and for all type of thing. This thing has been sitting here blocking your path for quite some time. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, next, Sandra. And we're going to write Sandra's name again. This is her second reading. No, I drank my hot chocolate too fast. That definitely, yes. She says, Michelle says, I love it. Thank you so much. My empathy tends to make me see the other person's side too much and ignore my side, if that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. How many of y'all in here are watching do that too? Like I do. Me. All right. keep wanting to use the soul's journey, but I gotta use the energy oracle. I get stuck on a set of cards that I like. And it's like Spirit's gonna get the message regardless. I mean, you're gonna get the message that Spirit gives you regardless, but it's like, and it doesn't matter. Like we shuffle, it doesn't matter. Like I could turn these cards over one by one and Spirit's gonna send the message. That's just the way it works. But um sometimes certain sets, like certain cards and certain sets have certain cards that maybe another one it would be more challenging to interpret, right? So it's like Spirit always like guides me to the easier set, which I appreciate. All right, let's see. I'm flying out. All right, so the sixth chakra, what you need to release in order to communicate clearly. So you could have a blockage in the brow chakra. How is your intuition? Do you feel like you have strong intuition? Do you Here's the thing, y'all, we all have intuition. Like everybody has intuition. But some of us don't utilize our intuition. Like we don't trust our intuition, we don't trust our gut, like people say, right? And so we don't follow that, like, inner voice. How is your intuition? Because I mean, it could go both ways. Like, let's say you don't trust your intuition. That's what needs to be released so that you can receive the downloads, so that you can understand clarity, conversate, that type of thing. But it could also be saying that you don't hear the messages. Like, you don't feel like, like, do you ever find yourself in like awkward situations and you're like, God, why didn't you warn me about this first? Right? She says strong intuition. All right, so then that means you're ignoring your intuition. So if you have like a blockage, like for example, fear, or a belief system, like maybe you don't believe in intuition, who knows, right? A blockage of some sort, then it's like you may not like hear the messages, right? But when you hear the messages and you say like my intuition is strong, well, this says that there's something you need to release in order to communicate clearly. So it's telling me that this is like the challenges or obstacle spot, right? Like when we do our main spread, you know what I'm talking about? So this is like with this card in this position, it tells me that you don't trust your intuition. You don't trust your gut. Or there's something your intuition has been telling you repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. Maybe you trust it all the time, but there's this one thing that repeatedly, repeatedly it's telling you. And other times, but I'm not going to listen to it this one. It's been right all the other times, but it's just not right this time. There's something about that. All right. Goddess of the Moon, big confirmation. It's the intuition card. Sandra gets 4 cards because she's Sandra. But where is your curiosity taking you currently? So you have fifth chakra, which is the heart chakra, and you have woman holding a heart. So big confirmation there too, right? You're more open, you're opening your heart up. um the throat chakra, you could have something that you want to say to someone, or you're waiting to hear something that you want them to say. All right, and I think that I had to use this set just so we could see that goddess of the moon, so that I could know that your chakra is not blocked. You're just not trusting your gut. You are protected by angels. You are cherished by angels. Whatever you're fearing, your faith should be stronger than your fear. Travel lightly, simplify your life, and transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Fellow travelers is on the bottom. Support is all around you. Sandra, do you ever feel like Spirit's asking you to choose your journey? Do you ever feel like Spirit's asking you to focus on yourself and choose your journey. Do you ever feel like what you're experiencing right now is some type of test to see if you would choose yourself? And could it be possible that that is what the message is that maybe you're ignoring? All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. Heart chakra meditation. She said guilty, not gonna lie. That's the whole point. We're so honest with each other and we still love each other. Have you guys seen those? It's another TikTok thing that's going around where they're like I don't know, like I seen a married couple doing it and they were like, we're gonna talk about something and we're not gonna judge. And then like the wife will complain about something or say something that she's done that the husband doesn't know about. But he can't judge because whatever. And then it's his turn and then he says something and then she's you know what I mean? All right. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Dream Sequa is next. Sandra, Vanessa, Michelle, Sandra. Yes, those are in there. All right, Dream Sequence, say hi to me. Say hi to me in the comments. And then we have Diana, Mallory, Kit Kat, and Renee. All right, Dream Seeker, here we go. What do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? What do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? So all tied up. You ignore something or you're ignoring something, not paying attention to something. Maybe Spirit's asking you to call someone out on something or stand up for yourself in some way, speak up about something. A lot of times when we don't, so there could be like something that you're wanting to say to someone, um, or you could feel a certain type of way. I feel like it's more about communication. Like there's something you want to say, but you're not allowing yourself to like speak up about something. All tied up is giving me like Eight of Swords energy, like self-restriction. Like there's nothing stopping you. Spirit's not saying you can't. But there's like something about I don't know. It could have something to do with like fear of conflict. You could have dealt with a lot. I know. So during Sequa, this is something that I dealt with for a while. Because I had such a I don't know, like I dealt with a lot of shit when I was younger. But I think that, and of course my Mercury and my Mars is in Aries right next to each other. So I mean that clearly helps me too. But it's like at first I didn't really stand up for myself. Like I wasn't really loud at first. I didn't talk shit at first. Like I didn't get in people's face, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And then I went out into the world and life kicked me in the ass and then I just started telling everybody off. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying the spirit's telling you to tell everybody off, but there could be like some fear of confrontation or some fear of like a shadow dark side. And it's like spirit, the message I'm getting is like you don't want to be too much one way or another. You want to have the balance in the middle. And this is the duality moon. So it's like you need to understand that there's just as much importance to the darkness as there is the lightness. So maybe it's like you don't stand up for yourself in a situation. This may be like a specific situation with a specific person. And it's like maybe you're like, well, I don't want to have confrontation, so I'm just going to say this nicer thing this way instead of saying what I really want to say, which is, something different, right? It's definitely kind of giving that type of vibe. All right, where is your curiosity taking you? Where is your curiosity taking you, Gemini full moon? We have door to personal healing and happiness. So it's the threshold. The numbers are sticking out. My left ear just started ringing 2, 3, 3, 4. Door to personal healing and happiness says that you're at the threshold and you now have this opportunity. You're gonna have to do something though, right? Like you're gonna have to communicate in some way. Be able to either speak something into existence or remove someone from your doorway, right? Someone that's blocking your own personal door to healing and happiness. All right. Sacred Traveler. Let's get some higher self guidance. Gemini full moon, valiant courage, take action with passion. And then on the bottom is rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. I think that's what that's all about. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. She says, I guess I'm being told that I come off inauthentic in my videos, and it looks like I'm luring. What's luring? What's that mean? But I don't think that. What does that mean? I'm luring. Forgive my small vocabulary. But just tell me. Tell me what I mean. I'm inauthentic in my videos. What do you mean inauthentic? Like you're not really reading the tarot? Or you're being too nice? I'll just be perfectly honest with you, Dream Seeker. I love you so very much. I feel like a lot of times you are super positive. Um, super positive. But here's what I'm going to say. Earlier today, I was having a meltdown about something. Do you remember? And then I don't even remember what you said to me, but it was like super positive, and it totally like instantly lifted my spirits, and I was able to get up and move on with my day. So I feel like if someone says something like that to you, that's like that could be their own projection, right? Like they're fearful of their own inauthenticity, right? And a lot of times with like tarot and twin flames, sadly, you deal with that energy a lot because people want to cover, they want to mask, they want to use, false accounts and fake names, and they that they're having this type of way. So it's like a lot of times it's just projection. They think she's fake, like a fake reader or like fake happiness. I'm just trying to figure out what we're faking. Because I think she's a really good reader. I would say, if anything, don't stop being positive. Keep doing that. When people need more positivity, I know I do. But I would say integrate the shadow, integrate the darkness. And what I mean by that is like be more firm when you're standing up for yourself. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't let somebody like push you or walk on you. Or, if somebody said to me, Rosa, you're inauthentic, I'd be like, you're just projecting your shit on me. Take it back. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, be quick. Don't like I said earlier, we talked about this at the beginning of the live. It's like you teach people how you want to be treated. So if you allow someone to talk to you a certain way, someone said that to me, you're blocked. You're blocked, you're deleted, go find some other channel. You're clearly in the wrong place. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like, don't just take it. Don't just say, and don't be like, oh, I'm new and I'm starting. I did this at the beginning, y'all. Oh my God. Let me give you a good one. I do not do this. When I very first started, I remember I'm having this awakening. God's like, hey, go tell YouTube and the whole world. And I'm like, No, right? And then here we are, 4 years later, right? um, but at the beginning, it was like I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I didn't want to like. I knew the people that were like being drawn to me were like already hurt, right? Like if you're on this type of awakening, you've gotten your ass kicked several times. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, I'm here, I get it. But it's like, so I didn't want to be mean to them. Like I knew that their heart was hurting. I knew that they were like going through something that was like painful or whatever, right? And it was like I didn't know how to tell them, like, hey, dumb ass, he's married. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't know how to do that. And it was like I didn't know, I didn't want to like, upset anybody or hurt anybody, or, I didn't want to be like, hey, choose you. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so hard. It was so hard. You should have seen it at the beginning. And still today, like I'll get people that'll message me at 9 o'clock at night. And they're like, "Are you available for a one-on-one?" And I'm trying to be polite in my response because I'm, like I'm spending time with my family. I mean, I'm usually sometimes like eating dinner late after a live. You know what I mean? Like I'm busy. Like I have a whole life. I'm a whole human. I have a bunch of stuff to do. And I don't do like on call lives. Like you can't just, message me and be like, hey, Rosa, I need a reading. Like that's not how it works. You have to book me. You have to pay for it. I'm gonna start being a sticker to, I mean, like stickler to that too. Like you gotta pay for it ahead of time. And then I book you, and I book you within 24 hours. And I'm just gonna let you all know, most of the time it's pretty close to that 24 hours. And I feel like I do that on purpose. Like spirit tells me to do that because I'm not supposed to be people's, like I'm not who you go to in times of like despair. I'm not who you go to in times of like, your world is crashing down and shit's hitting the fan. Like I'm Rosa. I'm a human and I'm over here having this experience. You're supposed to be going to God, right? Like you're supposed to be connecting with spirit, connecting with source, with no tarot readers. If you're going through tower moments and you're in moments of sadness and despair, you should be praying. You shouldn't be getting tarot readings. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I mean, I call them emergency readings because I understand sometimes shit goes down and we want to know something. But yeah, like I'm not gonna do that. And I feel like I'm learning to say things in a much more um firm manner. So dream sequence, that may be um, the message, right? All right, Diana, I'll stop talking. It's your turn, Diana. Miss L says, use it to motivate you. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I've started this new spell. I love this. Okay. There's this new thing I've started doing. So we all got haters, okay? My counterpart energy told me one time, if I don't have haters, then I'm not doing it right. Like that's what he told me. And that's a truth story. Like if you're not pissing people off, then you're just not doing enough, right? So I know, right? So it's like you want to have them. You want to have them. I love that speech. Yes. Needed to hear that too. It's so true though. It's so true. Like you need them. I got you, Diana. All right, here we go. Gemini full moon. Diana, what do you need to release in order to speak more clearly? I love how Kit Kat said, I needed to hear that too. That's the best part about this live readings, where we're all here talking to each other and we all hear the messages. We all get the information we need why I always try to encourage you to talk about your journey in the chat. And again, I know that this is not a regular, not everybody experiences this type of awakening. I totally get that. And I know that a lot of times in this journey, we want to keep things private, right? We want to keep them to ourselves. But if we truly looked at that and we truly understood why we were doing that, it's because we give too much crap about what somebody else thinks. And really, the only person that we should be concerned about their opinion of us is Source, right? Spirit. I don't know why I went on that rant. So it's possible that there could be something about being worried about, what people think. All right, Dana, what you need to release in order to communicate clearly. We have door to value coming out. And then fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael is on the bottom. It's the heart chakra. It's so interesting. I know it's going to sound just completely out there because especially right now in the times that we're in, but I definitely got that message just now, like something about the love of money, something about material worries or material wants or desires. I don't think it's even wants or desires. It's giving more of like for example, and I'm not saying this is what it is, I'm just using this as an example, but like maybe you're more focused on paying a bill, or like you're more worried about paying a bill um than you are like maybe like let's say in times where you should be meditating and speaking with source and connecting with spirit and this type of thing and receiving downloads and messages. It's almost like you maybe start to meditate, maybe you start to like calm the mind, but then you start over worrying about material things, and it's mostly like financial things. It's mostly like, where do I get this bill paid, or how do I get this done by this time? It's that kind of energy. So it's like you're not able to slow the mind down in order to communicate with source, in order to communicate with spirit. So there's definitely something about needing to release some again, I don't feel like it's a desire or a want. I think it's more of like a need. But then the message that I'm getting is like, you should be at this point where enough should have happened. Like, this is what I'm getting, Diana. Spirit saying, like, enough has happened at this point in your journey that it's always going to be covered. It's always going to be covered. It always has been covered. It's always going to be covered. It's that type of energy. All right. So, where is your curiosity taking you? Where is your curiosity taking you with the Gemini full moon? And I just want to say too, if you had some notion or like some idea that something may make a lot of money, and then you told yourself like, oh no, that's silly or that wouldn't work, something like that, the notion that you couldn't make that type of money is what needs to be released. And there could be something that you see with this Gemini full moon that allows you to release that belief that that amount is not yours or won't be yours. All right, now where your curiosity is going to take you, we have financial constraints. So you're definitely focused on the money, focused on um, where it's coming and where it's going. Here's another message that I'm getting. My ears are on fire. Like, who's in here? Have mercy. Okay, so there's another message where, Diana, sometimes we restrict the flow of something, like we hold on to something too tight because we think we don't have enough of something. Your curiosity could be helping you manifest like actual, physical money. Um, but there's definitely like something that you're going to have to like drop, leave behind. And this is not going to be a thing. This is going to be a thought, a belief system. Dana, how do you do with manifesting money? Like, when's the last time that you manifested money? And I mean like physical money. I manifest physical money all the time. Now, if I could just do it consistently at a higher rate, it'd be great. We got to start somewhere. Oh, we got to start somewhere. All right, here's the guidance. Surrender to the journey, release control, faraway places, get ready for new horizons, and big confirmation of what I just said. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. So if you feel like you don't have enough for something and you're over worried, over paranoid, you're in that frequency and you're vibrating out at that frequency. So the universe sends you more of that frequency. So there's definitely this energy of like breaking free from that, leaving that old mindset in the past, understanding that when a little comes in, it doesn't mean that that's all. That could be the beginning, the trickling in. It could definitely become more. I think sometimes when we start to see the trickle, we immediately go, well, that's not enough, or that's not what I asked for, or that, the package doesn't look right. So we get whatever. And then again, we start vibrating at that frequency. You see what I'm trying to say? And then you start aligning with that thing. So there's definitely this energy of understanding that allow something to come in and allow it to go back out. More will come in, more will come back out. There has to be a flow. Money is not stagnant energy. It does not like to sit, right? All right, I hope that was helpful. She said, I manifested a house. But that was 7 years ago. That's still pretty darn good if you ask me. All right, Mallory is next. Oh, we're not putting the names in here. Have mercy. Diana, I didn't put yours in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I didn't put Dream Sequa. I didn't put Dream Sequa. Okay, Michelle. Remember when we used to have to do this all the time? Sandra. Sandra twice. Vanessa. So I need to put Dream Sequa and Diana. All right, Dream Sequa. Dream Sequel won our last one, guys. It was the big one too. It was the Angel Answers. All right. Diana. Diana, do you read tarot regularly? Mallory, say hi to me in the comments. Let me know that you waited so very patiently. Miss Al, you didn't want a reading? I mean, you don't have to. I was just double checking. She said, girl, you forget me, and I will haunt you in your dreams. Unless it's about counterpart energy, I don't tend to remember them. I know, right? She said, I'm liking an oracle deck lately. All right, this one's Mallory's. And then we have Kit Kat and Renee. Oh, I understand. No worries, Miss Al. I definitely had to do some extra cleansing, this weekend. But honestly, I mean, I cried. I'll just tell you. But I feel like I don't know. I just felt better. And I used to say that like at the beginning. Remember when we first started, and I'd be like, I'll just cry and I just get it out, and I just don't care. But somewhere along the way in like my journey, it was like when I came out of Dark Night of the Soul, it was like, or when I was coming out of Dark Night of the Soul, it's like this energy of like I can't cry. I'm strong. You know, God's got me. I'm not gonna cry. And then it was like that for a little while. And I think it was just because I had cried so much through Dark Night of the Soul that I was like, I don't want to cry no more. You know what I'm saying? So like yesterday, when it happened, when it started to like come, on, definitely like anxiety, right? And I've been bragging about how I haven't had any anxiety because my faith is bigger than my fear, and my faith is bigger than my fear. And I do know like what steps to take when these, feelings start to come on. But it's like sometimes, sometimes it's like I feel like we need to sit in it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we need to sit in it and we just need to allow ourselves to feel it. Like, don't go to the bottle, right? Like, don't go drinking it away. Don't go to the pills, right? Don't go to the drugs. Don't go to the next lover. Don't go to the whatever. Like, just sit with it. And I think that's kind of what happened to me yesterday. Is I just sat with it. I ain't saying I liked it, but I did feel better. Like after I got it all out. Oh, Mallory says it gives her a headache when she does. Oh my goodness. Boost and rid. All right, Mallory, here we go. What do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? Contracts. Ooh. Um, envy. So you may have envy. Someone may be envious of you. Someone may want something you have. I think that's what it is. I think that you didn't know something, you didn't see something when you signed a contract. This could be anything. This could be a job. I feel like it's giving more like relationship vibes. Like you got into a relationship with someone and maybe like you didn't know that you were taking on like something else. And what you could be taking on, that's something else, is that people are envious. It could be a woman. It could be a woman that drinks. But it's like whatever this contract is, it's like you didn't see this. Okay, so let's say it's a job. And you get the job and then you get in there and they're like, oh, by the way, we also need you to do this extra work that we didn't tell you about when you got the job. But there's someone in there that wanted that job. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, wait a minute, I've been sitting here waiting for this job for however long. How come she gets it? Right? Like it's giving that type of vibe. All right. Now let's look at, where is your curiosity taking you? And I just want to say, what you need to release is going to be that person, like that energy. The scales are not balanced with that energy. All right. Where your curiosity is taking you, we have the journey card, the envy card again on the bottom. Definitely have someone around you, Mallory. Unless it's you. I mean, I just don't see it. I can't picture you acting that way. I know, Mallory. You guys, we share a baby daddy. um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's like someone around you that is envious of you. And for some reason, it's like you have to be the one to let them go. Like maybe this is someone you're helping, this is someone you're kind to, right? Like maybe you're extra nice to them. And it's like you need to stop doing that. And that, I mean, I feel bad saying that because Spirit's not going to be like, oh, be mean to people. Don't be mean to people, but don't take no shit from nobody either. If someone's envious and like they're jealous of what you have, tell them to shut up and go get up and go get their own, right? Like, I don't know. The journey card, I mean, it's kind of giving me this energy like the ship has sailed. Like something has sailed for someone and like they just need to be told. And you need to move forward without that shit, right? All right, breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward and cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Mallory. I hope that was helpful. Kit Kat. Kit Kat is next. She says, it's the bonus baby's mama because the kids call me mom and not her. That would so fit the bill. Yes, absolutely, 100,000%. Are you extra nice to this person? Like, does this person talk to you or treat you a certain way and like you don't, you know, say, hey? Kit Kat says she is here. Miss L says, Dream Sequel, thank you for those words. It does help me. See, I don't even know what she said because I didn't see what she wrote, but I just know that when you're down and you're feeling low vibrational, she can definitely spit out some high vibrational words. You know what I'm trying to say? And it just immediately, I don't know, picks me up and it's like, oh yeah, I knew that. And then I go. All right. Renee's gonna be after Kit Kat, and that's the last one, right? I think that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. Don't forget Tuesday. Tuesday I'm doing fire, water, earth, and air all day long. All day long. I think I only scheduled the fire because again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like 2 in the morning, 2 at night, or if I'm just gonna run them all together. But if you catch me live, come hang out with me. If you don't catch me live, don't worry. I'll put timestamps in the description box. Thursday is the big one that I really want to make sure we're all back for. Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde is going to be challenging for a lot of us. I feel like if you have Aries placements like Aries moon, sun, rising, you may be able, I'm not saying you're not going to deal with the energy, but you may be able to handle it better just because we deal with Mars energy every day. Like we're used to that feistiness, right? But all the other signs, I feel like this Mars retrograde, the purpose of, okay, so Mars is action, passion, drive, um, like all the things that propel you forward. So with Mars going retrograde, you're being forced to look at all the things that cause you to be stagnant, right? You see that? And so the things that could be causing us to be stagnant could be like lack of passion, lack of motivation, lack of drive. You see what I mean? So this Mars retrograde is really gonna, you know, I feel like some people just don't like to realize that the reason that their goal is not accomplished is because of their own actions or lack of action. So this Mars retrograde is going to show you where you've had lack of action and why you haven't achieved your goal or gotten what you want out of life, right? So this is definitely going to be the Mars retrograde that forces you to take that action. And when it forces you to take that action, you're out of your comfort zone. Now we're not in our comfort zone. Now we don't like it. You see what I'm saying? And so I feel like this Mars retrograde is going to be a little challenging. We're going to talk more about that Thursday night. Thursday night. And I'm going to show you how to utilize that Mars energy. I feel like every time I've gotten knocked out in life, it was the Mars energy in my chart that got me back up. You know what I'm trying to say? And allowed me to keep going in a quick manner. Oh, don't forget to put Kit Kat's name. I almost did. We did Mallory's. I remember writing Mallory's name. Don't let me forget to draw it when we're done, y'all. I'll be like, I love y'all, we're done. All right. Kit Kat, let's look at what you need to release in order to communicate clearly. What do you need to release in order to communicate clearly? Ooh, hostilities comes out. All right, what's the next one? Oh, that's good. Magician in the mirror. So someone's being hostile towards you. Look at that. Victory on the bottom. That's good. All right, so at first I was like, ooh, are you being hostile? But then you got the magician in the mirror, and this is where you're getting curious. So it's about using your spiritual abilities. So like people that are awakening and tapping into their abilities and connecting with source and spirit and ancestors and angels, like we're not being hostile, right? So the hostilities card, there's two. There's one that says someone's being hostile. Like it says the hostile card is like someone's being hostile in front of you, like to your face. They're not trying to hide it. There's another card where it shows this man behind the curtain. It's the deceit card, and it says they're being hostile as well, but they're doing it behind your back. So it's like this is what you need to release in order to communicate clearly is like maybe there's someone, and this could be a man, like maybe there's someone that has a very like masculine energy, aggressive energy. Maybe this is someone who's been hostile to you in the past, and it's like maybe you don't stand up or speak up to this person. This could be like somebody of authority as well, like a parent. I don't want to say a spouse because a spouse should be equal, but if you saw your spouse as like, above you or in a position of authority over you, then I mean, I guess you could say spouse. But I'm thinking more of like parent or um, boss, even like someone who's in charge, right? It's like they're purposely not being nice to your face. They're not treating you the way that you think you should be treated. Magician in the mirror, what you're going to have to release is going to be the person, right? Or the idea or the fear of conflict if you stand up for yourself. The magician in the mirror is where your curiosity is taking you. And this is the card that talks about being able to use your spiritual abilities in front of people and not caring what people think, right? It's talking about like manipulating energies. It shows the fire and the water. So it's definitely giving like duality energy here as well. And the mirror, um, like representation, could have something to do with some self reflection. All right, let's pull some guidance. Magician in the mirror, I feel like you just need to keep tapping into your abilities, keep using them in front of people, out in the world, in the daytime. But the hostilities card, like there's someone around you, and I don't even know like if you know. But it's like I don't know. It's like somebody that wants to fight, somebody that wants to battle, and you're over here like trying to be peace and love and not trying to fight with this person. Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully comes out. It's that scary wooden bridge. Answering the call, the time is now. I feel like that's your purpose. And a grounding, go deep, explore your roots. The grounding card could be what you need to do with this situation. Again, the explore your roots could have something to do with like home, family, parent situation, something like that. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that's helpful. All right, Renee is next. Renee, say hi to me in the comments. Let me know that you waited so very patiently. Thank you, Kit Kat. Ooh, sorry. I've moved the mic and stuff around. I forgot that it was sitting right there. Okay. I got it right here. All right, Renee. So the first thing we're looking at is what you need to release in order to communicate clearly. And this whole night, I kept telling not to release people, and then when those shitty people came up, I was like, "You're gonna have to let them go." All right. It's not that you have to let them go. It's that you have to let idea of you or their belief of you or how they feel about you, you have to let that go. Like you can't care. If I told you tonight to let someone go, it's not about like letting them go physically. It's about not caring what their opinion of you is, right? Like you're still going to stand up for yourself. You're still going to walk through your personal door of healing and happiness, right? You're still going to do all the things regardless of that person. Now, after the full moon, when the waning moon comes, if you decide after you have done that thing or stood up for yourself, regardless of that person, whatever it is, if then you decide that you want to let that person go, that would be the time. All right, Renee, let's see what comes out for what you need to release. We have the Sun card coming out. We have the family card on the bottom. It's the happy family. It gives me like the Ten of Cups type of energy, happy home, happy family. There's a lot of emotions. I'm seeing the pool of water. So the question I'm asking Spirit is what you need to release in order to communicate clearly. And anytime there's a pool, that's the first thing, and even the sun as well. But the pool is really what stuck out to me at first the most. And it's like right now there is an abundance of emotion. There's abundance of feeling. You're feeling very strongly about certain situations, and when you're communicating, your emotions could be coming through, and the message that you're trying to get across may not. Again, because people are more focused on the emotion that's being carried with the message. All right, let's look at where your curiosity is taking you. Where your curiosity is taking you. The envy card is here and cornucopia. Um, Cornucopia is like getting all the things that you want. It's the 11 card, so 1111, twin flame, manifestation. Your curiosity, you're mad about something. I don't think you're envious about something. I think you're angry about something. I think that what you're angry about is the cornucopia, is like something was meant to be yours. You were supposed to have an abundance of something, and you're angry, or for whatever reason, it's whatever that anger is, it's like it's causing the fuel, right? Like it's causing you to fuel the fire, right? So it's like, um, I wouldn't say like suppress the anger. It's almost like it's driving you is the energy that I'm getting. I wouldn't say suppress the anger or don't be angry. Like, I'm not going to say you're wrong for being angry. I'm not getting that at all. But there's definitely like you can't communicate clearly because you're so angry or you're so frustrated or you're so emotional that it's like the message that you're trying to get through to someone isn't getting through because your emotions are, you know what I mean? Like it's overpowering the message. All right, let's get some higher self guidance. We have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies a great bounty. We have choosing your path. All is possible. And we have discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. And I feel like that's what's happening over here. Like that's why you're angry. That's what you're going after. And gates of triumph is on the bottom. Success expands in your life. So you have both of the abundant success cards on the bottom. So it's like the overall energy. So it's like this is where you're headed. Just because something isn't here now doesn't mean it's not coming. But I definitely understand why you feel like, man, something should have been here a long time ago. I feel like it has something to do with truth, not necessarily like money or abundance. But it does say beneath the surface lies a great bounty. So it's like you've really had to dig deep for some truth. It's like you really had to fight hard for truth. And it's like that's what you like. That's what maybe what you're angry about. Maybe that's, it's like something was buried very deep, and it's like you've had to pull that back out to the surface, and it's causing a lot of emotion. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in here, hanging out with me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, so here is our Witches Tarot. Let me see if I can take them out and show them to you guys. It doesn't have one of the like books. It's definitely one of those sets that has the little label, the QR code that you can download your booklet. But look at these cards. You'll know right away why I got them. And it's definitely going to be the picture on the card. You see the moon? And here's the Fool card. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera is going to let you. But they're holographic. They're super cool looking. They change colors. The Witches Tarot, there are a few. So base like Rider Waite, right? Like the cards that we all know, but there are going to be a few in here that are a little bit different. And look, I pulled the card that's on the box. Did you see that? All right, here we go. So let's make sure we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 because Sandra was in there twice, right? Is that right? Does that sound right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's right. All right, guys. Are we gonna do the drum roll? Yes. Look, Diana's on top of it. Drum roll. Here we go. Ready? Who's gonna be the winner? Who's gonna be the winner? All right. Who's gonna be the winner? Kit Kat. I love it. Look at that, Kit Kat. You win the Witches Tarot. All right, Kit Kat. This is what I'm gonna need you to do. I'm gonna need you to email me. You can find my email in the description box. It's purplelunaRose@gmail.com. And I'm gonna need all of your information so that I can send you your winning set. Congratulations, Kit Kat. I wonder if she even waited to find out. Let me know. Let me know that you're still here, because otherwise we got to keep drawing. She's like, I'm here. Yay. All right. I love it. Thank you guys for coming in here, hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. Kit Kat, don't forget email. If you could do it, the sooner the better. Sometimes people lie and try to pretend they're other people. I know, it's crazy. So the faster the better. Link's going to be in the description box. purplelunaRose@gmail.com. I love you, ladies. Don't forget Tuesday. We're going to do fire, water, earth, and air. I am going to do them all day Tuesday. If you catch me live, yay, come hang out with me. Say hi to me in the comments. If you don't catch me live, please hit that thumbs up button for me when you watch the replay so that I know you got a chance to watch it. And then check in the description box, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll be able to find those timestamps. Guys, personal readings are open. Live one-on-ones are open. Come keep me busy. Etsy shop is open. Everything is open. And I don't want to say I'm caught up. I still have a couple more to catch up, but I'm getting close to catching up. So let's not let me do that, because then I have too much time. Too much time. All right. Thank you, everyone who came in. Thank you, all my moderators, for helping. I appreciate all of you so very much. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.